Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Where Are They Now on Discover TV. I'm thrilled to be back. This is our second season, and this tonight is special. It's our 40th show, our 40th episode, and that's a lot of people. We already talked to 40 people in this business. So far, it's going very well. I'm so happy and so much enjoying this show. We're always bringing you interesting interviews with our legendary artists and the other fascinating people in the music business, local, international, people who've been part of our business since time began. They share their journeys with us, they share their amazing experiences, and we are totally honored to hear their stories, especially where are they now? So tonight's guest, this guy. He's a veteran of the scene, the music scene, whatever's been happening in this country. This guy's been around. He's done it all. And also a name that everybody knows and a person who's always been on top of his game. Such a pleasure to welcome into the studio tonight, Alan Gold. Hello, Alan.
How are you, my dear? So lovely to see you again.
It's
You the
lovely
star,
to see
you the star,
What?
you the star. I'm honored
Not-
to be on your show. I'm honored
Well,
to be
I'm
on your show.
glad. Thank you, darling. But this show is honestly, it's all about you and what you've done and how you've done it. You've had a hell of a crazy life, haven't you, Alan?
I have.
Yeah. And you've
Not
got
in a
stories.
bad way, in a good way.
No, I
In a good
know,
way.
I know. And that's what makes it so interesting in a good way. And you're sitting here at this point in your life and you're going, wow, have I done all this? And this is what this show's all about, is to tell us, where did it all start for you? Were you at school? Where did you grow up? Tell me a little bit about your early years.
Right, I grew up in Yeovil. Everybody knows Yeovil.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
We weren't a very rich
absolutely.
family.
No.
Not a very rich family. Jewish family, not a rich family. And I couldn't even afford to get a bicycle in those days. And my
Aw.
parents bought me a guitar when I was 9 years old, and for a birthday present. And I picked up the guitar, and don't ask me how, because I am a spiritual person. I
Yes.
believe I just suddenly could play chords. I can't explain it.
Wow.
But they were all my own made-up chords. People looked at my hand and said, "What are you doing?" But they were chords.
Okay.
And I carried on, and I started practicing so much. My parents used to tell me to shut up. They couldn't stand it. I used to practice till my fingers bled.
Wow.
And
You
then I carried on like that, and it started coming right. And I met a guy by the name of Digby Kramer, who was a
Okay.
friend of mine in those days. And he took me to a guy by the name of Errol Friedman, who's Ronnie Robott's brother
That's
from
it.
Rabbit.
Absolutely.
And Errol heard me playing guitar, and he really enjoyed it. He said, "We got to do something." I said, "Well,
Okay.
let's form a band." And we were about 11 years old then.
Wow. That's crazy.
Okay?
11 years
So we
old.
went so who did we meet up with? Cedric Sampson.
Holy moly. You see? Isn't that the
Cedric
funniest
Sampson.
thing? Young,
And
like you
Cedric
were. What were you?
Sampson, sorry?
How old were you?
11. About 11 or 12 when I
Is
first
that
met
when
him.
you met him?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Cedric was into his judo, and his late dad, Sammy, owned the Yeovil Boxing Club
That's
and the
right.
judo club.
Yes.
So we were so surprised, but Cedric is the most unbelievable drummer, I don't have to tell you.
No, you
He's a
don't.
very talented drummer, very talented indeed. And
Indeed.
we said to Cedric, let's get something going. So we started playing around, so we had to find a bass player. First we came across Gary Harrison. I don't know if you remember Gary Harrison.
No.
Gary played with us. He was just a rhythm guitarist. Unfortunately,
Okay.
he died very early. He was an alcoholic, unfortunately, later on in life, and he had a fit, and he never ever came out of the coma, so he passed away.
Sad story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he played rhythm with us,
Okay.
and then we didn't really have a bass player, so we met up with Gorksy.
Gorksy, did he used to play with you?
Gorksy, Ralph Madeira, fantastic
the
guy.
bomb. He's the best.
He's the best guy, the best-hearted
Best
guy
guy.
you'll ever
Ah,
ever meet. He's like
Love
an
it.
angel. In my life, I class him as my brother.
He is
And a
also
great,
my brother. I'm telling you, I
and a
love
great,
Gorksy.
great bass guitarist. And
Killer
at that
bass
stage,
guitarist.
Errol didn't want Gorksy in the band.
Why?
He just didn't seem to like Gorksy. But Gorksy
Okay.
got into the band. Fantastic bass player. As you know now, he's got a lovely company called
Yeah,
Backline that supplies all the instruments to all the concerts that come out to the
absolutely.
country.
Absolutely.
And like all of us, he's having a hard time because we're all having a hard time because there's nothing happening with this COVID. But please God, it's going to come right.
Well, please God, it does
So,
come right.
yeah. So I'm sorry if I'm jumping ahead.
No, please do jump away.
Okay.
I'm happy
So
to
we
have
all
you
got
jump.
together. Then Cedric's father, Sammy, saw us and he saw some talent in us. And he says, I'm going to manage you boys. You know, he's a big, tough guy. I'm going to
I
manage you
remember
boys.
him, Sammy,
Oh,
Sammy
yeah,
Sampson.
yeah. My camera just fell. Okay.
Are you back?
Can you see me?
Yes, you got
Am I back?
excited and you dropped the phone.
Okay.
There you are
No
again.
problem. No
Come back to
problem.
us, Alan.
I'm back.
Let me just tell you quickly that we've already got people coming to say hello. Wow. We've got Tony Gaza is online. Hello, Tony, my darling.
Yes.
Darren Sampson from Israel. How's that?
Yes.
My friend Gail Prosser. Gail Prosser, she's a
Darren, how are
doll.
you?
And we've
Tony,
also
how are you?
Gary Fister.
Tony. Yes, he's a good friend of
Gary
mine.
Fister.
Good supporter.
We've got Marion, our lovely lady from Germany, always supports us. Mark Vass. Mark, look, there's a firefly in the house. Firefly in the
Ah, Mark, my friend, he's such a good man. He
He's the
supports the
best.
local artists so much. He
He's the
brings
best.
back all the memories. He's a wonderful, wonderful person.
And Dougie Ramage as well is on the phone, also a guitarist, good friend of mine. So we've
How
got
you,
some
Dougie?
people.
Good.
Okay, let's continue. I like to stop in the middle and just say who's on the show. Love it.
I
Just
love
love
to
it.
hear it. Now, Darren Sampson, Cedric Sampson's cousin.
Okay. There
He went
you
to go
go.
and see him in Israel, and he's a commando there in the army.
Wow. I find that very cool. I've always been intrigued by those, like, kind of guys, you know, those commandos and FBIs and killers.
But
I
everybody
don't know.
loves him. Everybody loves him. Cedric's cousin.
So
Anyhow, I
it's
was telling you,
about the Fireflies and Sammy going to manage you. Let's go.
you're right. So the next minute, first of all, Cedric, he said he wants Cedric to be the singer.
Okay.
And Cedric was a drummer.
I remember. But also a good singer. Very good
Yeah.
singer.
So Cedric came to the front. We got a guy by the name of Garrick who went into drums. And then suddenly Sammy said, no, Alan, you become the main singer, but I was playing guitar.
Okay.
And Cedric, you get back onto the drums. And Cedric got back onto the drums. We had Errol Friedman on lead guitar,
Okay.
great lead guitarist, Ronnie Roberts' brother. We had Gorksy on bass.
Yes.
And you won't believe this story. We started playing at the Piccadilly in Yeovil
I
during
remember
all
the
the intervals.
Piccadilly movie house. Oh my
Every
God.
Saturday morning.
I
We used
love
to,
it.
used to have the little girls screaming. They used to lock us up in the toilets. It was like, I didn't know where I was. The truth is I was a very shy person at that age. I don't know why. I always kept away.
Yeah.
You know, that was the way I was. But on stage, I was never ever shy.
Funny,
So we used to do those concerts every Saturday morning. All the kids used to come around, and we used to play our songs. And suddenly at school, I started becoming popular because I played guitar. Before that, I was never popular because I was never a sportsman.
Okay.
And if you don't play sports at school, they don't want to know you.
Especially the boys' schools, yeah.
Yeah. But the minute I had the guitar in my hand, it became a different story.
You were cool. Jules, I think we've got a picture of the Fireflies. I'd love to see. There's, I think, 2 pictures of that band. I would love to see these pictures. They're old, beautiful pictures with all you youngsters in it. You were so young.
I
Hey?
can't believe it.
Seriously. I love it. Look at that. Oh my God. I
You
absolutely
can see
adore
I'm
it.
about 11 or 12. You can see.
You weren't even at a bar mitzvah yet.
Not yet.
Look at that. Oh,
You know who
Lord.
wrote that? Do you know who
Who?
wrote that?
No.
Clive Calder.
Clive's a big deal. Clive's a very big deal.
I know. He's one of the richest men in the world today.
Absolutely. He's done very well. There you are. The Fireflies. Very, very, very popular band.
You see Gorksy there.
I see, Gorksy.
Do you recognize them all?
Not all. I recognize you and Cedric and Gorksy. I didn't know
Errol Friedman's a tall guy.
Errol. Okay. I'm sure I met him along the way somewhere. Wow.
As I say, Errol is Ronnie Roberts' brother.
Yes. So
And Errol's
tell me
actually said
now, what was that?
What?
That photo. I can't see
can't
it
see.
properly.
That's me
There.
playing guitar.
Okay. Nice guitar.
Very nice. But I got a better guitar now.
Have you? What do you got
Where's
now?
my guitar? I'll show you a picture of my guitar. I'm just
Okay.
asking my lovely wife to get it for me. She's helping me so nicely. It's her
That is
birthday
beautiful.
tomorrow.
Oh my goodness, all these lovely Aquarian people.
Yeah, I'm Capricorn. She's Aquarian.
Good girl. I will like her because I love Aquarians.
And we 10 days apart on our birthdays. On the 17th of January.
Okay. Wow.
This is my guitar.
Ovation, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, I like
That's my baby.
Ovation. I have a 12-string Ovation that I've had for years and years and years.
Mine's actually an Adamus.
Adamus. It looks like an Ovation.
It's a
It's got
family
the-
of Ovation.
It is
There's
because it's
3 in the world. The one Tracy Chapman's got, I've got one, and somebody else has got one.
that's something special to have, hey?
Yeah.
Very.
Very
it's just-
special.
Hi, Gary. I can see Gary saying hi,
Can you
guys.
see Gary saying hi? So
Yeah.
you can see people
Gary,
saying
did you
hi.
bring the whole Israeli army?
And David Goldberg's here as well. Jeff Owen from
David
Durbanville.
Goldberg. Do you remember David Goldberg?
I remember
He's
David.
the most fantastic keyboard player from Cape Town.
Yes.
Do you remember him?
I remember him. And Tisa
Yes.
Adamson from LA. Hey,
Yes.
baby, my friend. Jeff Owen, I said, from Durbanville. So people are visiting us. We love it. Thanks, guys, for getting on. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the Fireflies. What happened? Who recorded? Where? What?
Right. So now what happened is that I started going around to record shops
Okay.
and looking for material. Now, I introduced songs to the Fireflies that they never ever heard of these people, neither did anybody in South Africa. The first person was Wilson Pickett. He sang Mustang Sally. You know Wilson Pickett.
Sure
He did
do.
all the soul. I introduced them to soul. They went mad for it. So we started doing soul. I introduced to them Jimi Hendrix that nobody ever heard of in this country. We're talking about in those days, okay?
60s.
Spooky Tooth, right? We started playing all these songs with flashing lights, luminous outfits, and the
I
people
love
were
it.
going mad. We had smoke machines. The people were going mad. We were actually booked to Durban at the Lonsdale, the Bull Ring Hotel. The Lonsdale Hotel is called the Bull Ring. We were
Yes.
kicked out because we were playing music like that.
What did they want you to play?
No, they never heard of things like this. And guys with lights and Jimi Hendrix music. But then we went on to Margate. We made the biggest success. We just
They
took off
loved
from
you.
there.
Okay.
But they closed us down over there because they said somebody was selling cannabis from our band, which wasn't true. It was because we were too much competition to the other hotels. We're taking away all
Okay.
the business. So they got us out.
Okay.
From then
Jeez.
on, we played at the Clarendon in Hillbrow Movie
I
Centre.
remember
We
that.
played
Now
at the
that I
Curzon.
remember. Yes.
At all the intervals. I watched Help movie 27 times we played there.
I love it.
So we used to play at the intervals. Now, guess who we opened up for?
Who?
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Wow. That's something. Shoo.
And I didn't even know who he was in those days.
Helen, you're so funny.
I
I
didn't even
didn't
know
know
who
who
he
he was.
was.
We just open for
I, didn't,
anybody.
I just did my thing, it was all.
You know what? And that's all we do, hey, Alan. That's like the whole point of this is we do our thing. And if something happens big for us, great. If it doesn't happen, we still just do our thing. Nothing
You know
stops
why?
us.
Because we
Why?
love it.
Because we
It's a
love
part of our
it.
soul.
Because it's
You
our
know what I've always said,
passion.
Cindy? You know what I've always said? I never want to sit there to impress musicians and show
Yeah,
everybody what a great musician I am. I want to be there to bring people joy, to
that's
make them
it.
happy, to sing their songs, even if they ask me to sing Horsey. A guy
I'll
came up
sing
to me one night and he said to me, play Horsey. I said, I don't know song Horsey. He said, no, man, play Horsey, man. He got cross at me. I said, how does it go? He says, Horsey, a bad moon rising. So I knew what song it was. So any song, I couldn't care what it was, as long
Yeah.
as it made them happy and they had a good time. And I didn't care if the musicians were saying Alan's playing rubbish. I would, for me to sit there and try and be the best musician, I might as well listen to the original CD.
You know, you're absolutely right about that. Because, Alan, it's all about what you're doing. You're not playing for musicians, you're playing for the audience.
That's
You know,
right.
always has to be about them. And also, I mean, you've always been so interactive. You talk to them and you tell them to get involved and all that. There are a lot of musicians that are just in their own world and, oh, I'm here to enjoy myself and just shut it out. And I think it's very important that you connect with the audience.
You have to.
You have to. And I
I
think you've
love my
always done
audience.
that.
I
You've loved
truly
them
love my audience.
and they love you, Ellen.
I hope so, that's all.
Of course they love
Yeah.
you. So
I
what
wouldn't have
happened
wanted to do.
after the Fireflies? What happened, darling?
Okay, I just want to see if we must move on from the Fireflies. Because I just want to give a big thank you again for Gorksy, for everything he's done for me. Even through my bad times, he's been there. I'm talking about financially, wherever he's been like a real brother. I'd like to
That's
thank
it.
Errol, always keeping in contact with me. Cedric, all of them. The whole band, we like brothers. We like brothers.
I
We
love
grew
it.
up like brothers. I miss the late Sammy Sampson. Sammy used to take us to shows. We used to play at Bepfontein, Van Wyck's Rust.
I remember
We used to
those
go on
shows.
tours. At 14 years old, I was touring. I wasn't even going to school.
Did you stop going to school?
No, I had such a cool mother. Do you remember my mother?
Your mother is very famous too.
Edith Goldstein.
Edith Goldstein, is it? I suppose she was an agent or what do you call it? A
The most
booking
honest
agent.
agent in the country. She'd never take more than 10%, ever.
Yeah. She was
And she loved her
absolutely good.
artists.
Yeah. She had a very good reputation.
She
She
used
used
to
to
book
book.
Tony Goza. She used to book them all.
She booked everybody.
That's
To have a
right.
mother like that, she encouraged you to follow your
Oh, yes.
dreams. You
Yes.
know?
She used to give me, I used to do all the bar mitzvahs and the weddings and
I
the
love it.
parties. And I still do a few shows for the old age home. I do some charity shows too.
That's
Well,
good.
now with the COVID, I can't.
I don't think any of us can do anything right now. We are all
All I
shut
can do
off.
now is play on Facebook and try my best, and that's it.
And that's the best we can do. I want to see a video. We've got a video of you. It's beautiful. It's really cool.
Yeah,
The
that goes up. Yeah.
Fireflies.
Come home, Happy come home, can you see that I'm here?
memory.
on the wall, it's you.
Good one,
Oh,
Julian.
Victor.
Kathy, come home, can you see that I need it? Kathy, come home, you must see it to believe it. Kathy, come home. It's seeing is believing when I see the truth. With you on my mind, I just can't see the root. My mind's made up, that's all I see. The writing's plain as plain can be to me. Kathy's back now, she's all mine. Now everything's just turned out fine for me. Kathy, come home, can you see that I need it? Kathy, come home, you must see it to believe it. Kathy, come home. Kathy, come home. Kathy, come home. Kathy, come home. Kathy, come home.
It's an old sound, eh?
I love it. It's like 60s, it was so that 60s sound. Ellen, you've always had such a great voice, You really have got such a good voice.
Thanks so much.
People mustn't like underplay that kind of thing. There's so many people in this business that just are in it for the whole, the thing. But as we said earlier, we're in it because we love it. And your passion for singing and your passion for what you do, it shows in everything. It's awesome.
I would never, if somebody said to me now, Alan, have your life over again and you'll be the richest man in the world, but you can't play music, I would refuse it.
Yeah,
I'm actually serious.
I get it, man. Totally get it.
And tell them the hard times you had with Sammy. What did he say? I didn't see.
When he rolled the
yes.
caravan.
I'll tell you what happened. We went to Thunderbale Park, I think it was.
Yes.
And my late mum was one of those real Jewish mums that worried about their sons. I never ever told her about this, eh? There were 6 of us in the car, and Sammy fell asleep at the wheel. And we went down a hill.
Oh,
Even the microphone stands broke. That's the power. Not one of us were hurt.
Wow. That's incredible.
We were nearly all killed. So that was...
watched over. Somebody was watching over you. Wanted you to stick around.
Obviously, the angels still wanted to hear the fireflies.
Definitely. Oh, my gosh.
Must have been the Hell's Angels.
Hell's Angels. That's good.
They were big followers.
I tell you, they were. They used to follow you guys around.
Yeah, especially when I was at the Crest Hotel, yeah.
Yes. So did you start from the Fireflies? Did you start working with another band or did you go solo after that?
No, I went solo completely.
Yeah. Because I remember you were everywhere. And is that when you were at the Crest Hotel?
Yeah, I started at the Crest. Yes. I stayed for 8 years. 8 years. No. So my first job was a Mark Hotel in Berea.
Okay.
It was a small little hotel. I was 17.
Whoa.
Okay. They used to pay me about 180 to 100 rand a night.
Poof, you were a millionaire.
And then I moved on to the Crest Hotel, and it was a great success. We used to get between 600 and 800 people a night. I was there for 6 nights a week. Now, the carpets were so sticky from the beer that the people couldn't move their feet off the carpets. So that's how we kept our customers.
They were stuck like glue, baby.
We had all the biker gangs there, the Hells Angels, Satan's slaves. But I promise you one thing, people have got the wrong impression about these guys.
I know.
These guys do some very good charity, and nearly every fight that broke out, I witnessed it. It was never them. It was always somebody challenging them.
Yes, that's right. We always used to have great following from the biker gangs, and we loved them. On a Saturday afternoon at the Germiston Hotel, when I was with my band, oh my God, they would arrive, hundreds of them. It was fabulous. They just loved music.
They do, and they love Like
That
Bob
was the
Seger stuff and things like that, you know.
yeah. And you used to play that stuff. And in those days, there weren't any backing tracks or anything. It was just you and your guitar.
Guitar, drum box, and bass pedals.
Is it? Did you used to use that? A drum
No,
box
bass
and bass
pedals.
pedals.
Yeah. And I want to get back to
Unbelievable.
doing that. I want to get away from the backtracks because people are saying they prefer me without backtracks.
Yeah, I'm not a backtracks fan, I must be honest, but you know, you do what you're going to do. But yeah, in those days, it was very amazing to see someone doing what you were doing, playing the bass pedals, you know, and a drum box. I mean, that was like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to enjoy myself. I'll never ever regret those days. I really enjoyed it. And then I started playing at the restaurants around Hillbrow in
Yes,
between, like the
yes.
Cafe Vienne, the
Oh,
Clarendon.
Cafe Vienne was a very, very well-known place for our coffee after the gigs.
I was always in Hillbrow playing
Yeah.
around there, wherever. And I went to Tolman Towers.
I remember the Tolman Towers.
Yeah,
My
I
goodness.
played. I played at so many gigs. It even escapes my mind how many gigs I played at. And
Well, all those years, you know. You don't
I must
remember
tell you,
everything. Yes. Tell me.
no, then I started getting my late father and I used to write a lot of songs together. And Chris Kritzinger, I don't know if you know him,
I know him very well.
he was our producer at RPM. And I wrote a hit song for Jackson and Jill called Universal Feeling. I don't
Oh
know if you
my
remember that.
gosh. Wow.
Love, 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 sweet love. It's a universal feeling. I wrote that for them. That got
Sure.
into the top 10. And I wrote quite a few songs. We weren't very lucky because there was no TV in those days. There
I
was no
know.
opportunity for South African artists with the apartheid. And it
I
was the wrong
remember.
time, the wrong place. And I'm still writing songs.
Alan, it's a very important thing to do, you know. Being a
Yes.
songwriter, you know, it's like firstly it's pouring your heart out and you know writing songs that you like, but then also writing for other people. I mean, writing that song for Jackson or Jill, wow, that's something.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I wrote for quite a few different artists. Some of them weren't well known, but Chris kept on trying for us. He believed in us.
Chris is an amazing person, an amazing producer, and a very good ears. He actually took Clout's first song to Medam, and he got us signed, and that was because of Chris.
Yeah. Is he still around, Chris?
Yeah, he lives in Australia.
Oh, well, I was wondering where he was.
I'd love to try find him. I want to find him and I want to get him on the show. He's got stories
Yeah.
to tell as well.
Yeah, he's a great, great, great guy. Really is.
Mentioning all these amazing people that we've like, wow, we haven't seen. I've got the most wonderful messages here. David Wrestle.
Gee, I remember David Russell.
He says, I remember one Sunday afternoon going somewhere downtown Joburg where Harold Juden had a recording studio. There was this group of young Joburg boys, Alan and Cedric Samuelson. That was the Fireflies,
That's
absolutely.
right.
And Dougie Ramage says Club 747 at the Crest Hotel.
Yeah,
That
8 years,
was
I
it.
think. 8 years.
Yeah, that is it.
I can't tell you
Um,
some of the stories that happened there because I can't say it over here.
some
But
of
what
the
used to go
stories.
on in the toilets, you won't believe it.
Give us a
And
little snippet. Tell us
uh,
something.
when, I'll try and say it in the best way I can.
In the
You'd get
best way you
5 or
can.
6
Come on.
guys going with one lady into a bathroom.
Those were the days, baby.
It was flower power.
Flower power, love, and you know, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, baby. Come on.
That's what it was. And now you want to hear, this is not nice to hear. One night I was singing, and 2 guys broke into a terrible argument in front of me. And the one guy, he actually took out a Magnum gun. He shot the guy in the front, right in front of me.
Oh
and
my
it
God.
just splattered all over me.
Oh, that's not a nice story.
Terrible.
Hey?
I didn't even want to tell you. I'm just saying, I was
No, I
playing in
know.
dangerous places like this.
I
But they never
remember.
ever touched me. They just looked
No.
after me. They
Yeah.
looked after me all the time.
They would always look after the musicians. It's like that movie, what was it called? With Patrick Swayze, Roadhouse or something like this. And the band was in a cage.
Yes.
I'll never forget it. It was that Jeff, what's his name, the blind guitar player? Can't remember. But their band was in a cage because they used to throw bottles. There were fights. There was so much going on. I think we would have
Oh, I
had
got
a
in the
good.
middle. I broke up so many fights. The minute a
Really?
fight started, I would get on the mic and say, "Stop it now," and give them hell.
You did?
And my friends used to warn me that they said they're going to come and attack you. I said, "Leave it now." I said, "I'm not going to play any more music until you stop." And
Oh,
I
you did.
managed to stop a lot of the fights.
Good for you. Good for you. So let's talk a little bit more about some recording and stuff you've done. What you did songs for other people, and what about your own recordings, your own albums?
Yes. Let me tell you now, I met up with Tony Gozer, who you know very well,
Yes, I do.
who I really think is very talented. He's a great
Tony's
drummer.
wonderful. Great
He's a
singer.
great engineer. He's got a great ear. He's a great friend. And he
Yes.
took, I met up with a guy by the name of Leon Levy. He owned a company called Klingshield. And
Okay.
he asked me to write a song for a friend of his that was put into jail at about 12 years old as a delinquent.
Oi.
Okay? And this guy used to steal cars at 12 years old. And this is a true story about his life. How he went into drugs, stole cars, stole money, went to Amsterdam. That's why the album's called Rocking From Here to Amsterdam.
We've
So the whole
actually
album is a
got
story.
okay, well we've got a video from that album.
Yes.
That Rocking to Amsterdam thing. We'd love to see that.
It's a whole thing's an album, but unfortunately, something happened and Leon decided not to release the album. So we've got
Okay.
all these fantastic songs that Tony recorded and engineered,
Yes.
and he wants to redo them again and remix them again and get
Yeah.
me to do some of the vocals again and improve them, and he wants to put them onto Spotify.
Well, yes, they're your songs. You might as well put the album out, you know?
That's right.
Absolutely.
And
If they're your songs, you own them. Here's this a kid from Amsterdam. I think this is brilliant.
that's Virgil.
Hellfire's rising up in me. I'm an evil man, can't you see? Riding on my bike, some dude is chasing me. I'm so burning, burning, burning.
Burning heat, burning heat.
Oh hell, oh hell, oh hell.
Oh hell, oh hell.
Breaking chains, breaking chains, breaking chains on me. Trying to break the chains on me. Breaking chains, breaking chains, breaking chains on me. Lord, you gotta set me free. Lord, you gotta set me free.
Nice.
It's just a snippet of it.
Yeah, just little snippets of it.
This is a song I told you I love.
Oh, yes. We're going to listen to that song also. That's beautiful.
My first love.
Yeah, that one we're gonna play out with that one. I love that song. I
Yeah,
think
that's
that's
a lovely
beautiful.
song. That is written
You're-
from his story. He met up with a girl that he fell in love with. The whole
Okay.
thing is a story.
About this naughty boy from that was
And
like always in
he
trouble.
only came out at about the age of 55.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a long story.
So,
So, I wanted to ask you about Sun City. When did that happen?
sure, that happened like in between. Sun City happened when I was round about, I'd say 35.
Had you been married before?
Yes, I was married before.
And did you have kids?
I've got two beautiful daughters, yes.
Okay, so you did the marriage and musician on the road with the wife and kids and all that stuff.
We only got divorced when the kids were fully grown.
Okay.
Because we came from two different kinds of worlds, I think, and it must have been very difficult for her, I must say so, because I was a lot on the road and singing a lot, and sometimes
Sure.
I wouldn't allow her into a club that had too many wild people in, because I was scared she'd get harmed.
Yeah, I'm sure. Listen, it's very hard being the spouse or the partner of a musician. Sometimes it's better to have another musician because they understand the lifestyle, you know.
Yes, yes.
You know, it's
Now,
a bit different.
luckily now that I met Moss, she's very supportive of me, and she never wants me to stop playing.
That is
Even when I
brilliant.
play on
So,
Facebook and my time's up, she never tells me my time's up. I go over an hour.
Mm.
so she is your true love.
She's an Aquarian. She loves
You
music.
see, yeah. And you know, did you meet her later in life?
We met by mistake. Let me tell you this story.
Please,
Is
I
that
love
one
stories.
day I'm on Facebook and I get this message. She says, "Hello, are you Alan?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Do you play guitar?" So I said, "Yes." She says, "Don't lie to me."
Mhm.
I said, "What are you talking about? Don't lie to you. I play guitar. My name's Alan Gold." She said, "No, you wear glasses." I said, "No, I don't wear glasses. My name's Alan Gold." I said, "I haven't got time for this. I'm going to, but I was quite tired. I'm going to
Yeah.
go off now." She says, "No, hold on." I said, "Why do you ask so many questions?" She says, "My father said I must always ask questions." So she carried on.
Good Jewish.
She was actually looking for a guy by the name of Alan Goldman. You remember him?
No.
He used to play in a band that he had glasses.
Oh,
And she
that's
used to
so
think it was
funny.
quite nice.
So
And she
you
got
did,
hold of Alan Gold.
you met
And
by
I looked
mistake.
differently. So she thought I was giving her a whole cock and bull story about being a musician. So we
I love
decided
it.
to meet, and we met at a restaurant and we spoke, and from then on it just took off.
I like that story. Good story.
And she,
Uh,
you know, I don't have to explain an Aquarian to you. When an Aquarian wants something, they go for it and they get it.
absolutely. They're relentless,
Mm.
They
Tell me
are.
about it.
They are.
but it's in a good way. They're
Yes.
very dogmatic and they've got good belief system, you know.
They always say an Aquarian's from another planet because they think completely different.
Yeah, they do. I've got
I
so
get
many
on very well with
Aquarians.
them.
I
I
get
get
on
on very
very well
well.
with it. Well, you
Then-
Capricorn, you're right next to the Aquarian, you see.
Yeah,
So,
I'm kind of nearly on the border.
yeah, on the border, baby.
Mhm.
Okay, so we're going to talk about Sun City. Let's talk about Sun City.
Right, I opened up the Assegar bar. Do you remember the Assegar bar?
Esagaba was a huge thing in Sun City.
Yeah, I was there for 2 years.
Wow.
I was booked there for 2 years. I used to sing in the pub there, and I had a great time there. Only thing I found it very, very boring because there's nothing really to do there if you don't hike.
Well, that's the
You
thing,
got
you
the
know.
swimming, you got the swimming pool, and what else is there to do?
Yeah.
There's nothing to do.
And you're not a gambler, you know, it's not like you're going to even, and we're not allowed to. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I worked in the casinos, they said we weren't allowed to gamble.
It's against the laws of the casino for the
Yes.
staff
Staff to
to
gamble, yes.
gamble. But I'm saying to you that all you could do was sit in your hotel room or go and sit at the swimming pool.
And watch
And
TV
luckily
or
it was
whatever.
always hot. So I always had a good tan and the food was always good. But it was
Yes,
very
of
boring.
course. And did
It
you
was very
stay,
boring.
you stayed in the staff quarters?
No. One thing I
Okay.
always made sure of, I had a lot of cheek. I would never play anywhere unless I got 5-star treatment. I wanted the best of everything, the best room, the best
Good
food.
for you. Good
And
for
that's the
you.
way I stuck to it, wherever I went. I would not take this nonsense of you're only allowed a toasted sandwich or a hamburger or a
No.
cold drink, but it must come from a machine and not from a bottle. I don't believe in all that.
No, I agree with you. You know,
You know what
because
I'm saying? That's,
musicians get treated badly sometimes, very badly. I mean, I've stayed in some really dodgy places.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
It is.
it's this or nothing. I'm like, okay. So from now on, things have changed over the years, though. You know, at first you just go and you'll just stay anywhere, but then you start seeing what it's all about, and you change your ideas of it. So Sun City, as you said, a bit boring and all that, but
But then
you
I moved on. They had a function, insurance function, where there were 7,000 people that came, and they moved
yes.
me to the Super Bowl. I sang on the Super Bowl on my own as a
Oh
one-man
my,
band. And I had the
wow.
whole place dancing.
I bet you did.
And I was very nervous at night because I thought, how am I going to sit on this big stage and then
Yeah,
sing one guitar?
yeah. You did
But the
it.
people don't worry as long as they hear music and they want to dance.
That's it.
They were all in a good mood.
And you were there to help them stay in a good mood. You were playing the songs they wanted to hear. You were giving them what they wanted.
That's right. No, that's what I said. I love bringing joy. I love to bring joy. I love to know that a person's had a good time.
Damn straight. That's
You
what
know,
it's all
because
about.
so many people can get depressed so easily. And what I believe about, just changing the subject, this COVID
Yes,
is affecting
yes.
us all psychologically. As people aren't realizing it. It's
No,
hitting them
no.
psychologically too.
This is trauma. This is actual trauma that we are all going through. And because we're used to pushing it down and we're used to going, oh, well, we'll just keep going, oh, because we live in this society and we live like that and we can do this. And it's affecting our spiritual beings. And we are all spiritual beings, you know.
Oh, yes. 100%.
True.
100%.
Yeah,
I can
absolutely.
tell you
And
now that that's why I'm starting to enjoy Facebook, because I really believe that I know I've got an audience watching me, and they're
yes,
dancing at home. They're saying to me, we're dancing, we're jiving. And they send these
that,
little emojis of dancing girls, and it's great fun. I'm on
well, it
every
is fun.
Thursday night, 7 o'clock, Sunday,
Yes, on
Sunday at 5
Facebook,
o'clock.
on
Sunday, 5 o'clock.
Your Facebook
And
page.
tomorrow night's a special night because it's Martha's birthday. So I'm giving her a birthday bash at 7 o'clock.
Sounds
And we've got
fantastic.
a lot of
Well,
people coming in.
I really hope people are going to come in and say hi. I'm just watching and looking at all this. Um, oh, my friend Marion likes my tea mug. She always comments on my mugs. This is a beauty. It's a peacock. And my friend Jenny Horton, hi Jen. Darren's still on. Terry Barker. Did you remember Plum Crazy, darling?
Of
Plum Crazy.
course, of
Terry used to
course.
be at the door at Plum Crazy. She was the chick. So she
I know,
knows all of us. Jeff
I know
Healy.
that.
Thank you, Darren,
Yes,
for that. Jeff
definitely.
Healy. That's the guy I was talking about, the blind. Sorry about that. The blind
Yes,
guitarist. When are you and
yes.
Cindy doing a duet? Okay, I'm just looking who else is here with us. Gary, how do you say your name?
Versteer.
Verster. That's what I thought.
They relieve us
Okay.
too.
Pom poms too. Okay.
Mm.
So we've talked about, I mean, where from there, where did you go from Sun City doing those, 6 nights a week and all that stuff? When did things start changing in the business and the residency stopped?
Well, at one stage, I decided to go corporate and I joined Liberty Life.
Okay.
And I started selling policies.
Good for
And
you.
they refused to take me. I went for an interview. So I arrived in a big red combi with long hair, a musician, into the corporate world. And I had an interview with this well-to-do gentleman in Pretoria. He says, sorry, we can't take you. He was one of the big shots. I said, I want you to take me. So I'm going to prove to you that I'm going to do very well. He said, well, if you've got cheek like that, we'll give you a try. Anyway, I landed up there. Out of 7,000 people, I was number 27 in the country.
Whew, that's something. You
So I
took
was
it
doing
on.
very well, but I was very
Yeah.
unhappy because in 1998, I suffered a very bad heart attack. I
I
died
didn't
for
know
2
that.
minutes. 2 minutes I died.
Ellen, I never knew that. Wow.
So,
1998.
yeah, and I had a double bypass. But thank God from then on I've been perfect.
I'm so happy to hear that. What did you change about your life? You see, when you get a fright like that, something happens to us, and some of us change things in our lives. We say, okay, that was my wake-up call.
No. It just made me get more motivated.
See, there it is. So it gave you some more motivation to be strong, to be healthy, to take care of yourself.
Yeah, now I started getting back into the music again.
Yes, you see,
And I started doing a lot of weddings, a lot of birthday parties. I played at Tony Factor's party before he died. I sang in
Wow.
Lorenzo Marx. I forgot to mention that to you. I was booked for one night. They kept me for 2 years at the Polana Hotel.
Oh my God, the Polana Hotel. That was huge. Maputo.
Yeah. I used to sing a half an hour a night. They used to
Yes.
bring me prawns at the pool in the day. What a
I
laugh.
love it. What a laugh, baby. Light the pool, play for a half an hour, get paid, eat prawns.
It was a great thing.
Sometimes we have good times, eh? A lot of people say, hey, being on the road was hard and all that stuff. It is hard and it is trying and it takes a lot of our energy, but this is what we do. Isn't this what we do?
I wouldn't want to do anything else.
Absolutely.
The older I'm getting, I still want to do it,
That's
I
it.
don't, people can say I'm getting old, it's fine, as long as I still bring joy.
You're going to bring joy until you can't physically do it anymore. I mean, that's my life's purpose is to sing until I can't anymore.
But Neil Diamond's just turned 80.
I know.
Rod Stewart's older than 80, I think.
Yeah, Rod
Look how
Stewart's
young he
like
looks.
Rod Stewart looks amazing.
And Mick Jagger, you know how old he is. He's got
What is he?
he's got 2 hearing aids. But he still runs around stage and sings.
He's like a lunatic, but he exercises like a crazy man.
Now maybe that's why.
He does. He takes very good care of himself.
I was having an argument with somebody. I said exactly what you said. They said, no, they're full of drugs. I said, they can't be.
No.
So they wouldn't be alive.
I promise you, Mick Jagger takes very good care of himself.
And
I
Cliff
think
Richard?
Cliff Richard takes extremely good care of himself. He has always done that.
Yeah.
Cliff Richard
So, I mean-
takes care of himself. Look at a lot of the guys that are still going today. Rod Stewart plays football still. He runs around that stage like a lunatic as well. It's because he's taken care of himself.
It's also because of your mindset. Because
Absolutely.
whatever you believe is true.
I love that. And when you follow your heart and you follow your spiritual path in life, you're going to be happy, and you're going to have
Yes.
longevity.
And I've said always one thing. They always said one thing. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is your day.
Absolutely, Ellen.
There's no
Bravo, darling.
yesterday. There's no yesterday. It's
No,
gone.
it's gone,
Forever.
finished.
There's no tomorrow. We
don't know what's
we've
gonna
got now. We can only live for the moment right now. And that's what we've got to
Absolutely.
embrace. We've got to embrace it. There's no time for fighting. There's no time for anything but spreading love.
So tell me about your life right now. What are you doing? Because I know we
Well-
can't do much because of the lockdown. So what are you doing with your life right now? What is your days like? Are you writing? Are you
I'm
You're
trying to write
performing-
songs that I'm practicing
Yes.
for my shows and trying to see which way I should go. If I should stay on the 70s and 80s and 90s. I've
Yes.
decided I don't want to go more modern because it's not my scene. I'll stay in that
Totally.
genre of the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Got it. Yeah. I also
Because
like the oldie stuff when I'm playing live. I've always played the old. I've got a few modern songs, but not much. And people like it. They like to be reminded of those days, Cat Stevens and, Roxette and all these kind of things that were around at the time. People like to hear that.
Of course, the people that ask me for the oldest songs are the youngest people there.
I know. It's so funny. The youngsters come to me, I say to them, geez, how do you know that song? Well, my dad and my mom gave me a good music education, because that's my thing. I'm always saying, parents, give your kids a good music education. Music didn't start with Lady Gaga and Rihanna. It started way back, baby. Let's talk
Yes,
about
100%.
everything, you know? So I always go on about that, and they laugh. But then the kids come up and tell me, like a 12-year-old little boy comes and says to me, oh, please play that song. And it's like, whoa, how do you know that song? Well, my dad let me play all these things, and I just love it.
Yeah,
You know
as
what
I
I
said to
mean?
you, I don't need to sit and prove that I'm a great musician. Because to me, I'm not a great musician. I'm a guitarist, singer, I'm an entertainer.
You are an entertainer. Ellen, you've been
That's how I look at
around
myself.
for a long time, you know. You've been in this business, you've done all kinds of things. Talk, if you remember any real highlights, anything that just flashes in your mind, you go, oh my God, that was amazing.
So many amazing things happened to me in my life. But I
So
mean,
come on, tell us some of them.
well, I did explain to you about, every single time we played at the cinemas, if it was in Springs or Boxburg, they had to lock us up in the toilets. And that's serious. And we were physically kicked out of Margate.
Okay,
And,
physically.
by the police. They were saying that we were selling drugs, and we never took
Oh,
anything like
yeah, that's
that. And
wild.
that was through another hotel that being jealous of us bringing. Sammy used to run a place called The Barn, which is part of the King's Hotel in Margate. And
Oh,
we brought
okay.
so many people there that we were killing all the other hotels there. So they had to get us out. Okay, that was on the Firefly side. On my side, it was mostly the Crest Hotel, weddings, bar mitzvahs,
Yeah.
parties, playing for. Well, one night when I was playing in LM, Salt Kersner asked me to teach his wife guitar.
Which
That
wife
is
was it? Was it
the
Annalene?
wife that committed suicide.
Oh, shame, yeah.
Do you remember
Okay, that
his
was,
wife? That is a long time ago.
yes, it was. It was his first wife, I believe.
Yeah. And yeah, he wanted me to teach her guitar. And so
And
I've had some lovely experiences. But is there anything that anybody watching wants to ask me or find out?
people are all on here. Best era of music. Our only reality is the conscious moment, indeed. Oh, you talk. Jenny Horton knows everybody. Well, she knows everything about Rod Stewart. Is Rod Stewart 76, Jenny? That's what she said. I think she's saying that. Darren Sampson says, I became a drummer because of Cedric. Well, there you go. I'm just asking, does anybody, nobody's got any questions for you? It's just me, darling. People you've worked with, like you've mentioned Gorksy, you've mentioned Cedric and the guys, obviously, you know. What about some of the other people you've worked with that you've stayed friends with all these years?
It was basically always a Fireflies and myself. I
Yeah,
was never really running around with it because everybody had their own band, as you remember.
I do. I
Most
remember.
people. I did studio musicians that were on my albums and records and things like that I met. Wendy Oldfield did the backings on my one album, and I see she's
Okay.
bringing out something now.
Yeah, she's got a new album out.
And I wished her luck with it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, we all
Very happy.
connected. We all connected. Did you ever like hang out on the folk scene, like the Colin Shapiros and Jeremy Taylor and all those guys?
I knew them all. I used to go to the Troubadour in the old days.
That's it. Troubadour. I
It's
even
sad
played
about
there.
this Dawn Lindbergh, isn't it?
Oh, broke my heart, really, because I'd actually just had them on the show and we were talking, and oh, it was just insane. I mean, God bless Des, because he's been with this woman his whole life practically, and
He must be broken.
broken. It can break you, leaves a hole in you, a big hole in
But
your
it's
heart.
another part of me. I don't really believe in death.
Really, you don't believe in death? What do you mean?
Not
You
at
think
all.
we do? Well, we don't die. We go somewhere else. Is that
Our
what you
bodies
mean?
die. Naturally, our
Yes,
bodies die.
of
But in
course they do.
science, They say metta. Metta you cannot get rid of metta, and we
And
made of metta.
energy. You cannot
Yeah.
stop energy.
And the
And we are
soul.
made of
is something-
energy.
Yeah, soul is something you can't explain. If I say to you, I can feel a breeze on my face, I can't prove it to you.
Yes. So
It's the same thing. When you
Sure.
feel something, you can't show it. It's non-tangible.
sure, it's a feeling.
So people
So-
only seem to believe what they can see. And I believe, this is just the first part, I believe we carry on. Just like the
Yeah.
moth and the butterfly, I believe there's something more. And I believe that there would be no reason, otherwise why would we be here? Why would everything be so perfect? Everything designed so perfect. If you just look at the eye or any part of the body, everything is perfect. If the moon was just 1 foot more further away, something would happen to the
Wouldn't see it.
earth.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
So there's got to be something.
It's
And
good
that's
to
what
have it. Yeah, it's good to have a belief system that works for
Yes.
you. It's like me telling an engineer that a God exists, and the engineer says, "Don't be ridiculous. You can't prove that," and etc. etc. I'm just saying, not everybody has the same belief system, but that's what makes us all so unique and so beautiful. We're
You
all
can never force
different.
it down a person.
Can't
You never
force
force it down
anything.
a person.
You can say
Nothing.
what you believe. You can talk about your feelings, talk about what is reality to you. And to somebody else, it's a totally different thing. But what's really beautiful, music speaks a universal language.
That's for sure.
You
Music
know,
can bring up, music can make you cry, music can make you laugh,
that's it.
music can make you
That's what I'm
fight.
talking about.
It changes your whole moods.
Music's universal.
It's universal, it really is.
Absolutely. What about what matters to you in your life right now? What is important to you
But I
right
got
now?
beautiful grandchildren that I love to see, and I want to see them doing nicely and doing the things that they love, not things that they're
Yes.
forced to do. And it hurts
Okay.
me to see them going through these times with COVID,
Terrible.
like anybody else. But they're my pride and joy, and
Are
to
they
make
here
my
in Johannesburg? Are they
yes,
in
thank God.
Johannesburg? That's
They are.
fantastic. From both your girls.
Luckily, because Mars unfortunately lost her husband when he was 48 of cancer,
Oh Lord. Okay.
and her children are overseas, basically in America, which is
Okay.
harder.
Yeah. So she
So,
doesn't get to see them a lot.
No. So the thing is that my thing is now to carry on with my music and pray for safety and health for everybody, and carry on trying to bring joy. And when things come right, maybe start doing live shows again.
God, that would be
That's the way it
wonderful,
is.
wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be great? I'm so
I've also
looking
been
forward
offered
to it.
I've also been offered to join a platform called Sessions in America. It's
Oh,
American
that sounds
based,
good.
and you'd record from here, but they put you on a platform in America where you can get thousands and thousands of people watching you from all over the world, and they tip you for every song that you sing.
Oh wow, that's
They're
nice. So
making an
do
average of
that.
between $2,000 and $3,000 a week.
What? Damn it, go for it. And
So-
is it original songs?
No covers.
Anything you want, really?
But the thing is, what's happening over there is you're getting mostly karaoke singers coming on there.
Yes, yes.
But you get a few very good South African artists like Dave Goldberg on the piano.
Yes.
There's quite a few from South Africa
Okay.
starting up. I don't think they're earning that kind of money yet. It takes time. But then they start earning that money and they start getting known worldwide, and you never know what can happen.
Anything can happen, and it's never too late. People say, oh, you've passed your sell-by date. You're too old for this stuff. You're never, ever too old to create beautiful music, to sing a beautiful song, to write a beautiful song. Who says you've got to be a certain age to do this?
Yeah, I got a new plan now. Now I'm going to be writing a song for my wife. I'm going to call it My Lockdown Lady.
That's a good idea, actually. My
And I'll talk
lockdown
about
lady.
how people are actually put together. Sometimes you don't even want to be together, but we do. But I'm saying sometimes you don't, but you have to be together now in a situation. So
That's
it might be
that.
good in a way of making marriages survive.
Well, because people are forced to sort of work it out and to, what's the word, stick it out, and to
That's
keep
it.
your vows. Whatever your vows were. This was about, hey man, we made these vows, and instead of just jumping out because it's just not working, like they've been forced to actually work through it, and I'm sure some of them have turned out just to be good for each other, and figured out, hey, this is working, we were okay, and some say, okay, I don't want to be with you ever again, and that's also
Yeah, that's the
okay.
way it works. That's the way it works. Because, as you know, when you're younger, you're more impulsive.
Sure you are. I'm pretty impulsive still, and I'm old.
Yeah,
I
but it's
still
not the
just
same
like,
as when
woo.
you're young. Not the
No,
same as when you're
no,
young.
definitely not. No,
When you're young, you're
definitely
just
not.
prepared to do anything. When you get older, you think a little bit.
Yes, you think before, it's like look before you leap.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind now. It's just been my birthday, my 70th birthday, and I feel
What?
good for I'm 70.
70?
Yeah, and I'm feeling good.
You look good, Alan. You look good. You sound good. You got it all going on. I think that's absolutely brilliant. Okay, if there's anything in your whole life that you would change, is there anything you would have changed?
Uh, Never my music. Never my music. Um, it's so hard for me to think about that because I just think about getting to a studio and writing and music and music and music. It's all
You
about
see,
music.
always has been.
It's all about the love for my grandchildren. It's a love for the people. It's a love to
Yes.
see people enjoying themselves. That's what it's
Alan,
about for me. Simple
it's
love.
this has been so divine talking to you. I mean, our comments and everybody's just loved it. I've loved it. I hope you've enjoyed it.
I tried to get to as many people as I could, and unfortunately, I don't have many of the bikers that used to support me their telephone numbers to tell them that I'd be on the show, because there were so many that used to come and watch me too
Well,
at the
they can
press.
all watch it again. It will still be on my Facebook page, Cindy Alter Live Entertainment, or YouTube, the Discover TV channel. They can always go and watch the show.
Okay, is it possible for me to put it onto my Facebook page or not?
And I'm not sure. We'll have to talk to Jules about that, but we'll sort something out for you. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, because I was just worried that not many people got my message completely, because I
Don't
believe
worry.
that there's a certain amount of people that can only see it on my
Yes.
page.
And then they will be able to go and see it again. So we'll give you the details for that later. Before we say full on goodbye, all I want to do is I want to play out with a song, but I do want to say thank you to everybody that's watched here tonight, all the people that came to see Alan. Thank you. The people that support the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Alan, thank you for your time, your love of music. It's so beautiful that you share it with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity of sitting and talking to you. You yourself, you're an icon, and I'm very proud of you and what you've done. And keep up the good work.
Thank you, Alan. I appreciate
I want
that
to see
very
you go
much.
from strength to strength.
That's the only way I know. Just keep going, darling. We never stop. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Derek Sampson and Jeff. They both said
Love,
something.
yeah, lovely guys. God bless. Great show. Thank you very, very much. So appreciated. We got lots of new comments. Brian Colburn, thanks from Toronto, Canada. Thank you so much. Thank you, Marion. Thank you, Ian McFarlane.
Yeah,
Brian,
McFarlane.
thank you. I love it. And
Please,
we
if you could just
appreciate it.
remind the people about Master's birthday tomorrow night on Facebook, 7 o'clock. They must
Okay,
all come
7
along.
o'clock.
Sweet
Perfect.
16.
Sweet
And
16,
we're going to
darling.
have a great party.
Yeah,
We're going to have a
sweet
great
16.
party.
Gary, what a pleasure it's been for all of us. everybody that's watched the show. We love you and we appreciate you. And to our producer, always, thank you for giving us this platform. We really appreciate it. Discover TV rocks. And hopefully we'll see you next week, you guys. Okay? Let's play it with a video. Alan,
Can I just say thank you to Jules too, please?
of course you can.
Jules, thanks for everything you've done. I really appreciate it. But to both of you, and thanks to Tony Goza for mentioning to you that you should maybe interview me too.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure.
And to all the people I know, I love you all. And that's the truth. I'm not doing a Michael Jackson, yeah? But I truly love you all.
I know. Yes, you do. You're an authentic guy, Alan. For
Thank
real.
you, thank you. Thank you so much.
I can still remember first time I saw your face. My heart began to race. We were only children, planting seeds into the ground, hoping we were never found. Sonny, can't you see? Belong to me. You were my first love. You'll always be a memory. Time went and we got older. Felt your arms around my waist. My bike, it was your place. You were crying, but I was flying. Didn't know I caused you pain, but I'm sorry just the same. Sonny, can't you see? You belong to me. You were my first love. You'll always be a man. Together, always hand in hand. Our love forever. I'll never understand what I did. I let you down, girl, but now you've found a life. I have found a wife, a first love I will always remember. Hope we will always be friends for eternity. Sonny,